Hi there everybody, it's Nicole again. As you can see, I am joining you from my living room, and the only thing that you will need today for today's practice is a mat. So when you're ready, we're going to get started in an easy seat. Ankles crossed, hands facing up towards the sky, lengthening the crown of the head up towards the sky as you roll the shoulders down. Make your way into your space. Slowing down. As you tap into your Ujjayi, left hand on your chest, right hand underneath the navel, and then start to tap into that breath in and out through the nose. On your next inhale, blink your eyes to open, lift, arms up, biceps by the ears. Keep the sits bones grounding down towards the floor, and then as you exhale, reach one arm up and over, side body stretch. Maybe even taking the gaze underneath that left tricep or whichever arm is extended up and over, and then lift back up, growing a little taller, and then as you exhale, opposite hand reaches up and over. Enjoy that stretch. Reaching the right shoulder, again, whichever shoulder is reaching nice and long, open. And then back up to the top, we take that again. Exhale, reach. Inhale, stretch. One more reach. Lift up. Now interlace your fingers, press the palms towards me, round through your spine. Enjoy that nice rounded shape within your spine right here as you hug the ribs in towards the hips. And now we roll up and over the ankles. We're going straight to downward facing dog. Of course, if you need a few cat-cows in a tabletop position, you can take that. Bending, twisting. And now settle in stillness right here. Turn your toes to the left, heels to the right, and then play around with bending and extending the legs. Maybe the gaze goes underneath the left or the right. And then twist the toes to the right, heels to the left. Coming back to center. Now take your gaze forward. Allow those toes to crawl their way up towards the front of the space for ragdoll. Interlace the hands behind the back or reach for opposite elbows. Oh, that feels good. Allow the head to just dangle down. And then release the hands down. Heel toe your feet to touch. And now roll yourself up. Opening up through the chest, rolling the shoulders down. Take a breath in. And let it go. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Again, inhale, growing a little taller. Exhale, hinge forward, bending to the knees as much as you need.
Take your lift. And then forward fold. 2 more times. Inhale.
Exhale, release.
Take a lift. And then forward fold. 1 more time. Lift up. Grow tall.
Exhale, hinge.
Take a lift.
And then step into your high plank position. Give yourself a few shifts forward and back. As we move on to chaturangas, feel free to skip them, take them on your knees if you'd like. Shift all the way towards your tippy toes. Take it down, low plank. And then enjoy an upward facing dog. Lengthening through the low back. And then exhale.
Downward facing dog. Take a paddle again. Lifting right leg high to the sky. Right toes rotate down towards the floor. Take your knee in towards your nose. 2 more times. Lift up. Hug your knee in towards your nose. Shift forward. 1 more time. Lift. Hug your knee in a little closer towards the nose. Give yourself some space to step the foot through. Now feel free to take a few stretches and bends of that right side. Just awaken through the hips, through the hamstring. And then try to settle in 90 or a nice deep bend. Coming to the tips of the fingers, actively working through the core. We lift up, crescent lunge. Shoulders over hips. Your back heel can be lifted or pressing back, whichever feels good for you. Try not to grip your right toes or your front toes against the earth below. And then the exhale is just an open up, warrior 2. Slide that front knee towards the wall behind you. Your back toes are slightly rotated in. Now we hold this bend for the next few moments. We reverse our warrior. Left fingertips reach down towards the back leg without putting too much pressure here. And then your top fingertips reach up and back behind you while sinking the shoulder down. Now hold the bend of the front knee. Stretch your right fingertips forward. Find that line. And then we open straight up to side angle. Now that front leg is starting to fire up right here. The challenge is to keep the bend of the front knee. We're going back to reverse warrior. Fingertips reach up and back. This time around, maybe take that half rep, reaching your fingertips towards that front hip crease. And now start to straighten the front leg. Reach your fingertips forward again. Create that long line. And then open straight up to that Trikonasana triangle pose. Fingers reach to opposite directions right here. Hold the straight leg, hold the knee in towards the quad, and reverse your triangle. Stretching the fingertips, feeling that long line down the right side of the body. And then cartwheel the hands down. Find your chaturanga. Shifting, lowering. And then exhaling. This time, left leg lifts up. Again, your toes are rotated down towards the floor, as is that left hip. Take your knee in towards the nose. Shift forward. Again, lift up. Knee towards the nose. Shift. Again, lift it. Hug that knee in, shoulders over wrists, and then place that foot in between the palms. Again, awaken that left side. Turning the right hip forward, sliding the left hip back. Coming towards the tippy fingers, the tips of your fingers. We lift up, crescent lunge. Right hip draws forward, left hip slides back, shoulders relax, and they stay over the hips. And then as you exhale, blossom open, warrior 2. Again, settling in that bend of the front knee. Left thigh is almost parallel down towards the floor. Hold the bend. Inhale, reverse. Fingertips reach up and back. Long left arm. Again, you hold the lower body as is. Stretch the fingertips forward. And then open straight up to that side angle. Right side of the body rotates up. Head is extended forward. Again, hold that bend again. This time we reverse. Fingertips on that right side can make their way to the left hip crease if you'd like. Getting ready to straighten that front leg. Stretch your fingertips towards the front wall. And then open up to that Trikonasana, that triangle pose. Feel those obliques start to fire up. Hold that straight front leg and reverse. Reaching the fingertips all the way back. Enjoy that stretch through the left side of the body and then cartwheel the hands down. High to low. Again, skip the push-up.
if you'd like, lift up and then let go.
Taking that 2 more rounds. Lift the right. Inhale. Exhale, just 1 knee to nose. Again, lift it back up. Exhale, step it through. Low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, 2.
Inhale, reverse. Fingers up and back. Exhale, straight open, side angle. Hold the bend. Inhale, reverse. Right fingertips stretch back behind you. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Trikonasana. Again, inhale, reverse that triangle all the way up and back. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Take that chaturanga.
Left leg lifts up.
Exhale, knee to nose.
Again, lift up. Exhale, in between the palms.
Inhale, stack shoulders over hips. Exhale, 2. Hold that bend. Inhale. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, straighten. Trikonasana. Inhale. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Take that high to low.
One more time, each side. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, just step it straight through.
Inhale, crescent. Exhale, 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, reverse again. Exhale, Trikonasana. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take that high to low, or skip it, and just meet in downward facing dog. Left leg, inhale. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, crescent. Exhale for 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, straighten. Trikonasana. Inhale. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Take that high to low. All right, yogis, we are moving on to our balancing section. This is where we're going to challenge your balance, obviously. So I want you to let go of any judgment that you may have brought into your space this afternoon, morning, evening, whenever you're doing this. All right, with that being said, we're going to get started back in our downward facing dog.
Now take the gaze forward and make your way up to the top for your halfway lift. And then your forward fold, release. Inhale, chair, sit back into your heels, shift your weight back, wiggle your 10 toes, relax your shoulders. Now we are moving on to eagle wrap. So swoop the left arm underneath the right, tight shoulders, take a bear hug. If not, maybe you bring the palms towards one another. Now left leg comes up to a march. As you exhale, feel free to find kickstand, or if you have the flexibility, you can wrap the toes behind the back of the right calf. Now, it's a little bit challenging on my carpet right here, so I'm trying my best to stay here, finding a focal point, shoulders over hips, knees come back towards the center. Now keep the wrap of the arms, but release and bring the left leg up to march. Knee in line with the hip, hold the balance. Extend the left leg long back behind you for this warrior 3. Lengthening the left toes, rotating them down towards the floor. Feel this stretch within the mid-back. And now start to stretch your fingertips forward. Reaching, lengthening right here. And now hold the bind. Release the left toes down towards the floor. Unwrap, thumbs to heart.
Now holding this length to the back of the left leg. Inhale. And then as you exhale, revolved crescent. Bringing your left elbow towards the right thigh. Now you have the option right here to release down to the left knee, slide your thumbs towards your breastbone, and then press the hands in towards center. Again, option to stay here on that left knee, or you can tuck the toes and lift up. Breathing here, keeping the twist, releasing, detoxing, maybe even taking the gaze up towards that right shoulder. Now I want you to try to keep the connection of the elbow to the thigh right here. Gaze down towards the floor. Step your left foot to meet the right. So we now meet in prayer twist. Now the left knee is going to naturally want to start to draw forward. Keep it in, hugging in towards center. You have the option right here to fly your arms. You have the option for side crow or any other variation that you'd like. I'm just going to stay here in this twisted position, hugging the knees towards one another, sending the hips a little lower, thumbs towards the breastbone. One more inhale in. And then the exhale folds forward. Give your legs a little shift side to side. Now heel to the feet out, about max distance, hips distance apart. Setting up for gorilla. So sliding the palms underneath the ball mounds of the feet. Shift your weight forward. Wiggle your 10 toes towards those wrist creases. Bending through the knees as much as you need, allowing that head to just dangle down. And now release the hands. Heel toe your feet back towards one another. Take that halfway lift to realign. And then forward fold, release. We repeat the exact same thing on the other side. Inhale, chair, sit back, squeeze inner thighs. Now again, as you exhale, eagle wrap, right arm underneath left. If you need that bear hug, feel free to find it. If not, the palms come towards one another. This time, right leg marches, lifting up and out of the left hip, and then take that wrap. Feel free to take that kickstand if you'd like, or tuck the toes behind the back of the left calf. Shoulders are over the hips, finding that stability. Trying not to grip those left toes against the earth below. Now hold the bind. Right leg marches. Keep that nice strong left side and then take it back to your warrior three. Right toes spiral down, lengthening through the back of the leg. Now before you release the toes down towards the floor, stretch your fingertips forward. Bending through the left knee, quietly release down to your lunge and then release. Thumbs to heart. Again, take a breath in and then exhale, twist. Option to release down to that right knee, especially if you did so on the other side. Thumbs to breast, elbow to thigh. Again, feel free to tuck your toes, lift that back knee off the floor, maybe take the gaze up towards the left side. Again, gazing down towards the left foot. Step your right foot to meet it, trying to keep the connection of the elbow to thigh. Slide that right knee back as much as you can. Keep the thumbs at heart. Option to fly. Side crow if you choose. You're going to take another breath in. And then as you exhale, just fold, release. This time we heel toe the feet out, about max distance apart, and then send your tailbone down for frog. Shifting through the hips. Now, if you do have a block, perfect opportunity to take the block underneath your sits bones. Rotating the toes in as much as you can, rolling the shoulders open, thumbs to heart, close your eyes. Any arm balance or inversion you'd like to take, maybe you find it now. If not, you stay with your eyes closed, enjoying this release. Lifting up through the pelvic floor, rolling the shoulders open. One more breath in, and then exhale, fold. Give your hips a little shift side to side.
And then just meeting in downward facing dog. However you choose to get there, a push up or not. We are moving on to some hip openers. Inhaling, right leg lifts, and then exhale, thread it through for half pigeon. Working that chin up towards the top of your space. Now again, if you do have a block or even a pillow and you need a little bit of support underneath that right hip, you can do that. If you prefer to take this on your back for a supine figure four, feel free. Finding a lift as you inhale, and then as you exhale, surrender down. Allowing your upper body to release as much as the lower body. Now I encourage you to stay in that pigeon for about a minute each side. I'm going to move on, lifting the right leg back up to the sky and then scorpion the leg. So stamp the heel towards the wall behind you, but then slide the right shoulder down. Maybe take some circles of the knees. If you'd like, you can flip. I'm going to move on to right knee to left tricep and then thread it through for fallen star. You can hover the right foot if you'd like. Lifting the heart up towards the sky, and then back, three-legged dog, and then release the toes down to the floor. Left leg lifts, and then as you exhale, pigeon. Inhale, lift. Exhale, surrender down. Again, if you took this on your back on the other side, feel free to find your way there. Again, when your body has found balance and feels even with the other side, we tuck the right toes, left leg lifts up, again, scorpion. Stamp the heel towards the opposite wall, draw the left shoulder down. Circle out the knee as much as you'd like, and then take that left knee towards the right underarm, thread it through, and then lift. Back up. And then release. Allowing your gaze to go forward. Again, step, hop, float your way up to the top. And then when you find your way there, take a seat. Flexing through the feet, toes up towards the sky. Lift your biceps up by the ears. Tight hamstrings, bend through the knees. Hold this lift within the low back. And then exhale and hinge. Chest can be proud or rounded spine, whichever you prefer. Now as you bring your biceps up by the ears, bend through the knees again. Lift and lengthen and then surrender all the way down. Taking your time. Bring the heels a little closer towards the glutes, setting up for one round of bridge or wheel. Heels are close enough to the fingers that you can touch them. Then when you're ready, we lift the hips high, releasing the tension from the glutes, and then option to interlace the hands behind the back, shimmying the shoulders underneath you. Lifting. Releasing that bind if you have it, slowly lowering all the way down. And when the tailbone hits, we find our way to happy baby. From here on out, eyes can remain closed. Press your tailbone down towards the front of your mat. Chin is in a soft little tuck. We take a little rock side to side.
And now extend the heels up. Legs up the wall. Flexing through the feet. Maybe take a few circles of the ankles right here. And then feel free to take a dead bow. Extending the arms up, but then allowing the fingertips to droop down. So now you feel that rush of energy from the fingers down to the shoulders. If you'd like to move on to supported shoulder stand or legs up the wall, feel free. Feel free to even stay here longer if you'd like, maybe even walking your hips up towards the wall to find the support of the wall. If you're ready to move on, draw the knees in towards the chest, give yourself a little shift side to side. And then we ground the left heel forward, slide the right knee in, breathe in. And then exhale and twist. Shifting left hip, gazing towards the right. And then hug your knees back in, a little shift, a little rock side to side again. This time right heel down, left knee in. Again, fill up. And then twist. And then hug your knees back in towards your chest if your body needs anything else before you finish out this practice. Take it now. If not, legs extend long, hands fall out. And before you settle in, you take a long breath in. And then open up. Allowing yourself to find 2 minutes of complete stillness, resisting every urge to fidget.